Hello YouTube! This is round 3 of the North American Open. I was playing another FIDE Master. This one was 77 years old on his 2200 floor USCF. FIDE must have been even lower, because I don't think they have floors for FIDE, or maybe they get them lowered. I don't know how it works. I'm a K-Kona degen. There was an unnecessary amount of metagaming going on in this game. And like, maybe it favored me, maybe it didn't. I don't know. I really don't. We'll have to see. So the prep I did on my opponent was like, I found like 2 games from like the past 20 years where he played the Collie. And then I was like, oh, I don't need to prep. So I didn't. And then he played the Collie. Shocking. And I assume that he does this because at his age, he doesn't trust himself to hold sharp objects such as, you know, a regular opening like anything with e4 or anything decent. So the Collie, like, he wants to trade the pieces, outplay idiots, and then win in the endgame, is what I assumed. So metagaming is bad. But like, I don't know. So I played c5, knight d2, knight c6, c3. I went e6, and I wasn't sure about e6. I wasn't sure what I was supposed to do. Again, I said I did no prep. So I was kind of playing against it like I play against the London and just saying it's like a London but the bishop's even worse. So I went e6, he went bishop d3, and I was being extremely indecisive here. I wanted to be as flexible as possible and like do things that required more calculation and more thought out of my opponent so that he would get tired and make a mistake and I would get a win against the floored FM. So I'm playing dirty. I went queen c7 because I don't know where I want my stuff yet. I don't want to move my bishop on f8 just in case he wants to take on c5, very common sort of thing. I don't know if I want to play b6. I don't know if I want to play bishop d7. I don't know if I want to play castle kingside, queenside. I don't know if I want to play for e5. I don't know, but queen c7 fits into most plans. So that's queen c7. That's my system. All right, he castles. I go bishop d7, again being flexible, keeping my options open. I can still play b6. I can still, there's lots of things I can do. Like maybe I go for just a queenside storm, but also maybe I castle queenside and I try to attack him because he's old. So that is bishop d7. These are not moves I've looked at. I was just purely making shit up based on meta reasons. So queen e2. And then I was like, all right, how do I make this complicated? How do I make the Collie sharp? So it's black to play. There's not a right answer. But spiritually, there is. In my mind. Push Harry. So, and also keep thinking about being non-committal. Those are both committal pawn pushes. I don't want to do that yet. I want to wait. I want to wait to make a big commitment as long as I can. So, push Gary. I actually considered that. I did. So, I don't know if I want to play like h5. I mean, like, I don't know. Like he just ignores me. Like, what happens if I get my pawn to h3? Like, does he care? I don't think he cares. Hello, chess Dennis. Go knight g4, h3, h5. Go Steph Kitch. All right. I played knight g4. And my idea is if h3, I play h5, and it is a fishing pole. Shout out Brian Wall. And the idea behind the fishing pole is if you take my horsey, I take your pawn, I attack the so-called hero knight, and if your knight moves, I give you a checkmate. So you cannot take the knight. The Colorado solution, exactly. But knight g4 is a multi-purpose move. So even if he doesn't play h3 and allow me to play h5, I'm still preparing e5, which is the second thing I want to do. And that will make my decision of moving my bishop easier, because if there's a trade on e5, then I can move my bishop in one move without, having to worry about him taking on c5 and winning a tempo. So that is why knight g4. And he thought for a long time, and he made some grunting noises, seemingly agreeing with me that knight g4 is not complete bullshit. It is. He should play h3, and if h5, just go a4 and say that I'm stupid. Because now it's like, where do I castle? I just don't. I don't castle. So knight g4, I was aware was probably quite stupid, but he thought for he thought for 20 minutes, so it did exactly what I needed it to do. He thought for 20 minutes, played rook e1, being like extra cautious, but I can't play e5 quite yet because he has e4. And it's like, God, like, what is happening here? It's like, I assume that's the second point of rook e1. So before I play e5, I castle queenside. Again, if he plays h3, I'll play h5, followed up with e5. Now, if you had played f5, you would have won on time. F5 makes sense. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, it just prevents e4 forever. Maybe the way I should have played. Like, that's interesting. But he plays knight f1, and I go e5, and now I've just completely equalized with the black pieces. If anything, black is like slightly better. The computer says it's like plus or minus 0.6 already. But this is like kind of the pawn structure you dream of against like Londons and such. Like, you just get e5 in, you get the d and c, like you have the entire center, you have a knight on e5, the d3 square is weak, you have no problems, no weaknesses, and your life is good. And so honestly, if I could play, if I had the choice to play knight g4 again, I'd do it. Like, the real point was to play e5, not to attack his king, but like I made him feel like I was going to, which gained like a bunch of extra time. So he went bishop c2, and I thought for a long time here. Not a long time. I think I thought for a long time. Felt like a long time. I thought for 10 minutes here, and for some reason, the move a6 was like screaming out to me to be played. I couldn't tell you why. I mean, like, this was my idea, but also this. Well, think about it. Like, his queen is kind of dumb. Like, it doesn't want to go to the d file. And, like, every other square is, like, completely dominated. I didn't know if maybe I wanted bishop b5. I couldn't decide between which diagonal to put the bishop on. My instinct said a6, and I think I should have done that. f5 is the best move, which also makes sense, but it was, another committal move, like, because I still didn't know if I wanted to induce f3 or not. But yeah, a6 has 2 points, bishop b5, but also bishop g4 forcing f3. Because if I played bishop g4 right now, because I decided that queen b5 was stupid, because I go a6 anyway. Like, I don't need to prepare this shit. And then I was gonna play bishop d6 or f5, something like that. No, not f5, that hangs this. Like bishop d6 or something. And this position looks fantastic for black. So I decided a6 was pointless. So he played f3. Is dominated another reference? I don't get it. Yeah, it is. It's like there's something called gamer goo, and you like, it's like anti-sweat, like for gamers, so they don't slip on the controller when they're gaming. And there was a spelling error on one of the packages, and it was like, step 1, rub on hands. Step 2, wait to dry. Step 3, dominate. Anyway, alright, f3. I debated a lot, again, about where to put the bishop. I thought all the squares were valid. Cool story, bro. I don't know. I ended up going with bishop h5 because I wanted to play bishop g6 and trade off his light-squared bishop and play c4 and knight d3. If he takes, I have to h-file. Step 1, what are weaknesses? Step 2, what are worst piece? Step 3, dominate. Indeed. And plus, like, pin, and, like, I made maybe weakness on e3, etc., etc. So I thought that was an interesting choice. So bishop d2, I didn't like at all. I thought it made bishop g6 even stronger. So my advantage has been, like, creeping up, like, 0.1 or so the last, like, few moves. So obviously if he's taking, like, I feel like that's pretty suicidal for him. Like, I guess he can defend that, but, like, long term, that's a thing. That's something for me to live for, you know? You don't want to give me that. Because, as we learned, the most common way I lose a chess game is by killing myself. So you give me something to live for is the worst thing you can do, because then I won't kill myself. Just like in life. So, but anyway, I thought bishop g6 was even stronger now, because either he has to take, or he has to play, like, rook c1, and then I take, and his rook is weird. Because he's not defending his bishop anymore. Or he has to play e4, which honestly I thought wasn't possible, but he played it. Which just, like, walks into a pin. It's like, what's going on? What is going on in this position? So white or black to play in what is going on in this position. Go. So yeah, I would say that one of the questions you have to ask is f4 a threat? Why n? He just wanted a calm game, man. He's 70. Come on, like, I know, man, but, you know, you gotta, like, don't hate the player, hate the game, man. I want, like, what about what I want, you know? Why do I have to play stupid against a stupid collie? Like, what about me, man? So this is definitely a critical position. There was just a pawn move. Chat, what's step 1? It's a good question. Step 1. What are your thoughts? Collect Thundermans? What the fuck? Step 1. Dominate. C4 knight d3, is that a thing? I don't know. I mean, if you're asking me, like, in general, is it a thing that happens in chess? I would say, yeah, that is a thing that happens. So I misunderstood the position, because that's what I do. No, I saw that episode. I'm from Colorado. That's my culture, man. Like, why do you think I wear beanies all the time? I feel sad that our bishop is still on f8, but I'm also bad. So you and me are on the same page. I play bishop d6, which is not a bad move, maybe. I connect rooks, I put bishop on square, I defend knight, I look at h2, that's my system. But we haven't answered the questions. F4 threat, question mark? I don't know. So my thought was, if f4, I go knight c4, and if f5, I take on d2. You cannot take with the knight because I take on h2, and obviously this is horrible. Like this is, I don't give a shit even if you do end up taking the bishop somehow, because you will lose. But if so, you take with the queen. And I was like, I don't know. This looks pretty good. And I kind of stopped looking here. Funny, sort of funny. White can play g4 here. And bishop g3, like, you just sack the queen, man. Like, and then I can't hold on to this. And you have a rook and 2 pieces for the queen. And this is, like, a little bit better for white, so you do what you will with that information, but I didn't evaluate that exactly right. But that was my thought. I thought it wasn't a threat. Does rook d2 drop? It looks like it. Oh, but maybe I'm just winning actually, because like I'm gonna... I guess I'm not. Computer is so confused. It's saying that black is winning, but it's not doing anything. Okay, that's his system. Cool. But he doesn't take their look. He doesn't take it. He takes my pawn, is what he does. And still saying white is better. That's too complicated for me and my buddy, so he went here, which I honestly thought was like a typical master move. I was sort of expecting b4 in the back of my head. Oh, I should say, so the best move in this position is actually taking on e4. Which to me, like, doesn't really make that much sense. Like, I'm just relieving the tension. Thanks for the 30 months, Squeegee. That's a long time. Cool. Yeah, it is cool. He doesn't go to h1, though? I don't know, man. I don't know. So, then you play c4, and that's the system. And it's like, that's completely obvious when they show it to me. But in my head, I was like, that's a pin. That's the center. That's tension. I should just complete development and like keep my options open, right? But like no, like I just do this and I'm like, it's a good position. That's an isolated pawn. That's this. Like black is teensy better. So I should be taking on e4 like every move from now on. So keep that in mind. This reminds me of that one Alab structure. Which one? Yes, game review. So I went here because I'm weak. And it was based on a miscalculation. But again, I should do this. And he can't take with the pawn anymore because his... Well, he could though, because there's rook c1. And then king b8, and then like he doesn't have an attack, and his pawns are weird. And my knight's really, really good. It all makes sense. But he would take with the bishop. And then knight d3. You can just play knight d3. You don't have to prepare it. I'm such a fucking idiot. God. I mean, I'm not, but like, I didn't realize I could have played knight d3. Anyway, I kind of semi-hated this move, but at the same time, I calculated, this was the move I expected, and then I saw this. Sorry. I saw that he can't take because I just win the pawn. So if he takes with the pawn, I win his queen. If he takes with the queen, I win his queen. And if he goes back, like, this is, I don't know. It looked good to me. What do I know? But then he went there, and I was like, really? But then I was like, oh, like, I'm getting attacked. It was pretty resourceful, I thought. I don't know what the good players in chat thought are on this, but, like, I got a little nervous here. So it's black to play at this point. Black to play and make it go. I want to hear evaluations along with moves. Not number evaluations. Stephen Willie may be the best player in the chat. Or Chicken Crossroad is probably still here. As far as I know. I doubt any GMs would be watching, or IMs. The GMs and IMs watch me play draw. You want to take on e4 and you think it's -1. I just said no numbers. Alright, so taking on e4 is definitely the thing to calculate first, because, like, it's chess. So, like, if he takes me, what's happening here? Anyone put their ELO in the chat. I think white is fine, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, fine. Fine, I think, is, like, the correct answer. I was asking, like, am I okay? Like, am I okay? I don't know. Like, he's gonna get me, you know? Woo! Like, what is this? I think I'd still take black, like, pretty clearly. Unfortunately, I wasn't really calculating this so deeply. I was just like, oh, he's gonna take my pawn, he's gonna play bishop b6, so then I just went b6. Kind of maybe a bad choice. Which completely gives away my advantage. I have 25 minutes left. It's move 20. I have to make 20 moves to get my extra 30 minutes. He goes bishop d4, and I was surprised, because I thought he was going to play a4, and I was actually really, really unhappy here. I mean, it's fine. I go like this. But I didn't like it. I think I have, like, a thing about being attacked. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's bad. I need to, I need to get over that. I'm working on it. I need to finish my, defense books. This is round 3. Anywho, he didn't do that. He went here, and I was like, fuck? I should be taking on e4 every single move, by the way, which is obvious to the good players. It wasn't obvious to me. I went here. And he should also be taking, like, we should both be taking every single move. I guess the position you have to compare is him having a pawn here, or him having a pawn here and not a pawn here. I guess. I don't know. Alright, I take on e4 finally. And then I take with the bishop, and I'm like, yeah. That's my system. So he goes a5. I go king b7. I was showing this game to some people in the Skittles room, and I must have shown it out of order, because, like, there was a situation where I must have shown this move first, and they were like, why didn't you play bishop a8? And I was like, why didn't I play bishop a8? That's such a good move. It's because it wasn't legal, because my king was on d7. So, I could not play bishop a8 here. That is why I did not play it. So b3 is a hideous move. Absolutely shocking. Regardless of how old he is, that an FM would play the move g3. Disgusting. I thought I was going to win here. Yeah, f5 automatic, as they say. And then he goes knight d2. And I played the move rook e6. I thought rook e6 was a classy move. I need to stop putting my rooks on the 3rd rank, though. Because for some fucked up reasons, the rook is very bad on e6, which I don't know if people are just going to automatically be able to understand. To me, I am defending. I like putting my rooks on the 3rd rank, because I'm defending and attacking at the same time. But I have ideas of taking on g3 and playing rook h8, except for the fact that he just takes my bishop. But I could also play rook g6 and take. Like, I have ideas as well, but I also liked sort of overprotecting this. Is the rook bad on e6 because it isn't defended? See? Like, he is good at chess. He gets it. That is what we call a loose piece. And we will find out later why it is so unbelievably bad on e6. So he takes on b6, I take back, and he goes rook a3. So I have 17 minutes here, and I thought until I had 1 minute left, because this position is so fucked up. It is here where I finally understood the problem with my rook on e6. The problem is that in most positions, he is threatening knight e4, followed by queen a2, attacking my rook, and threatening rook a7 check. So I tried for so long to get this move to work. But again, like, he can just take here and play queen a2, and, like, I'm gonna, like, what do I do here? There's, like, gotta be a win here. Probably this, and then here. There's, like, a win in here somewhere. I couldn't calculate shit, but I just knew that it looked bad. So I couldn't get anything to work. I think maybe actually like 5 or 6 minutes in is when I realized that the real threat was this. And then I was like, okay, so not only can I not move my rook off of this this file because I lose bishop, and then I get got, I also can't keep it there. So, like, I thought till I had 1 minute left, and I was like, I don't understand anything, I'm gonna play rook a8, which is the best move. Like, or second best. No, queen c6 is the best move. And if knight takes e4, I play rook takes e4. I also considered, I tried to get king b8 to work, but then I was like, oh. Like, it all sucks, you know? I tried to get rook b8 to work. Again, he's taking here in, like, some way or another. And then he has, like, this shit. Oh, no, that hangs a rook. But, like, okay, he goes here first. And then he takes here with check. That's, yeah. So, like, everything sucks, and I want to die. And I really thought my position was good. And I was disappointed I couldn't find anything better than rook a8. Because I thought this was just equal-ish. So now I have a minute left, so I'm playing all of these moves instantly. This is all sort of forced. Apparently I hung mate in 5. Like, I don't know if that's true or not. I mean, I'm playing on mere seconds. I don't know if this is the exact right position because honestly my score sheet is unbelievably messed up from this point on. It took me like an hour to reconstruct the rest of the game after I was under a minute. So I don't know if I hung queen d5 or not. Like, it's possible. It just leads to mate. Like, whoopsie doopsie. Like, I'm gonna lose my queen also, but like, this is just mate. With like things. So, I mean, it's possible I didn't hang that, it's possible I did, I don't know. All I know is that this sort of position happened. And here I had the move queen d5 that I missed. And I'm actually winning again. I had no time. And then I was like really happy that I found bishop b4. I'm still not winning. But then I decided to play for a win in this position, which is insane, by the way. My 40th or my 41st move is king c8. Absolutely insane that I tried to play for a win here. Absolutely ridiculous. Like, I was lucky not to lose. But I have my little, you know, my little threats. I don't really have any threats, but like, imagine if I got him. I tried to tickle him for a while, but he just wouldn't let me in. I really tried. I really did. And then unfortunately he had this move here. And then, but I even tried like past here. I tried to do the thing. Like, I did this shit. And if he had like been like not paying attention and played h5, like bishop g2, bishop g7 is mate. Like, I tried, man. I tried my best. Like, I really tried. I just couldn't do it. But he just went here. He went here, and then I accepted a draw because he saw it. But yeah, that would have been great. Like, it wouldn't have felt amazing to do that to somebody. No, that's not true. It would have. But like, yeah, that would have been my favorite, maybe. Favorite thing that would have happened ever. But anyway, I don't know. I was like so convinced that I missed a win when I played rook a8, and I just didn't. Like, the position just like was just bad. Yes, my position was good in the past, but like, it stopped being good when I started playing weird moves. So like, rook e6 was the start of the end for me. So better would have been to play b5, and it's like really? Oh wait, that's not here. That's like dragony, you know, they do that type of shit in the dragon. But maybe I considered, maybe I didn't. I don't remember. Like, Yeah, I guess it's good. I guess it is good. I didn't look at that, really. My positions are always good until I play something weird. And I know it's weird, but can't find something better till the engine shows me after. Yeah, I don't know. It was bad. Yeah, b5. b5, good. Yeah, sometimes in the dragon you like do that sort of thing, and they even can take it with their queen, but then you hide on h8. It would be over here in that situation. But then they can't get you. Like, they can't get you because the pawn's here. But, I don't know. I don't know what to say about this game, honestly. Like, it was kind of a confusing mindfuck. But, like, I was lucky to get a draw. I'm glad I didn't overpress and lose. But, yeah, that's chess. It's all true.